previous episode, I managed to cut the hay in one of my fields all by myself. I say that's not too bad by a beginner farmer. However, I can't rule out how much of it was luck. This week has definitely been a roller coaster, but don't just take my word for it. If you're new here, my name is Linda. I'm a widow and a solo farmer with no experience, and I invite you to join me as I try to figure things out. I want you to know that I read every comment and I truly appreciate every one. Okay, you guys. Yesterday we cut the hay and it's already starting to look really nice and dry. We got a little bit lucky with the weather. Yesterday it was very warm as well as very windy. It's still a little bit windy today and very warm, which means that this hay is drying very quickly. And that's good news for us because on Wednesday we are supposed to have rain. So we need to have everything done by then. And normally you would probably want the hay to be turned for a few days, but we're going to have to turn it today. Hope for the best. Ted it into rows tomorrow and then pack the bales also tomorrow. So we're going to attempt to start it and see what happens. Again, this is something I have never tried before, but I mean, how hard could it be? I'm going to regret saying that, aren't I? Well, it's not going great. It was working for a bit, and now it's not. How hard could it be? Ja, toppen. Tack ska du ha. Hej så. Okay, so I've called a neighbor. His brother-in-law might be able to help me out. It's right now, pride is not an issue, so we'll see what he can do for us. Fingers crossed. Good boy. Okay, this is where we're at. I have talked to my good neighbors and they're coming to help me, which I am very, very grateful for. But something I didn't take into consideration is that hay should be, around here anyway, should be dried out in the field for 4 or 5 days. And that's not going to happen anyway because we're getting rain day after tomorrow. And then it's going to rain for a week. So it would be a huge risk to press small bales. So what's going to happen is they're going to come over here and they're going to press round bales for me, packaged in, you know, that white plastic thing. That means that this hay will be sealed. I did have this little romantic idea about doing my own small square bales by myself. But right now that's not a good idea because this is all food we need to salvage.
I should have done this when I first moved chickens in here, but I was too lazy. But this floor is caked in old chicken poop and bedding, and it's actually petrified almost. So since we're not running hay bales today, might as well do something that I otherwise wouldn't have the time to do. I've been thinking about this for a while. It's hard work, let me tell you that. Poor man's sauna. It's pretty clean. It's clean enough for the chickens anyway. This wall was here before my time. I find that when I'm not separating any smaller chickens from the big ones, and this door is open, the adults will prefer to sit on this perch back there. And I think there's a better solution for keeping young chickens rather than to vertically divide this room. So I'm going to tear this down, and we'll come up with a solution for the chicks. I just realized that I have not spent a single day just enjoying the summer weather. There's always something to do, so you just kind of get caught up in feeling behind on everything. But screw that. Let's just go and chill, enjoy summer. was a lovely 10-minute vacation. Whew. Well, that was exciting. I managed to get someone else to come and bail in a few hours. Thank goodness that's this harvest saved. I was still wet when I left the lake, and now I'm wet because I've been sweating running up the hill. Okay, I need a coffee. We did it. We got 20 large round bales, which is not bad at all actually, considering we got 23 last year on both fields, and now we only did one. So, I mean, it wasn't successful in the way that we had hoped. But the important thing is we got food for the sheep and horses in the winter now, which is a relief. And now for a little surprise. Woo! 2, 4, 6 ducklings. 4, 8, 12, 13 chicks. I'm really happy with that.